everybody. Welcome back. I'm continuing on with my 100-day challenge. So I said to Richard yesterday, I want to finish that challenge. I really do. And so I was going to wait till my 6-week check came, but it's not for another week. But that doesn't mean I can't start. So we're back. And Richard went to change his clothes, but I'm going to get started before I run out of air. But I want to show you something. This is actually going to be day 73, even though it's marked 72, because I did one page. Isn't she the weirdest and wackiest person ever? Look at her. Now, both times I've had brain surgery, when I first come home and I look into the floorboards of laminate or tile, I see faces. It is the strangest thing, and it doesn't last for a long time, but I took photographs of the faces I saw, and this was one of them. And so I drew her. Can you see her? She almost looks freaky and scary looking. And I put, she wanted no reminder of realities and responsibilities. And I put, this is who I'm going to name her brainboard Betty. So this is actually my 72, even though I didn't post it. I did film it, but I didn't post the video. Because after I looked at it, I thought, she's kind of freaky, but she still counts, like 72. So today is actually 73 out of 100. So I'm going to get started right away. So my page today is taken from a style called Origami, and it's Japanese painting, and you kind of paint on, cardstock weight watercolor, and you do these little images, and they're known for having dark lines around them, like pretty much what we do anyway, or what I do. And then there's always words on them, and they can't officially be called origami until they are mailed. So it's like a postcard, but this is like kind of stolen from that style. So what I did, I didn't have my spritzer bottle out here because, I've been painting in the house outside. So I took a foamy and I just, wet the page. But you know how you need your water bottle to just make it go, oh, there it goes. Just probably needed more water, that's all. And probably a flatter surface there. Let me go and flatten this page so it doesn't drip on. So as you can see, I made 5 blobs out of watercolor, red watercolor paint. I put something under it to help me flatten the surface because I don't want it dripping. So the next thing I'm going to do is put some, these are going to be flowers, and I'm going to put some yellow in the center of them. And I don't know, Richard's here. Say hi, Richard.
Hi, folks.
And what are you doing? Planning some...
Planning, I'm not actually doing the 30-day or finish up the 100-day.
He kind of is, but he isn't.
But I'm planning to do some paintings, so I'm just working on ideas for...
In his 100-day. So he actually is, but he thinks it has to be a completed, you know what I mean? And it doesn't. It just means 30 days of creating something. And he's creating his plans for oil paintings. Is that right?
Yeah.
So I'm just dabbing yellow in the center, but we want that same kind of bleeding technique that it's bleeding into the others. And I don't know why it's only called origami if you mail it. So if I had done this on a postcard and mailed it to you, then it would be origami. But until that happens, it's just something I'm doing in my book. Page 73. And I know it was supposed to be a continuous 100-day challenge, but I think I get a little break for having brain surgery. Don't you, Richard?
Yeah.
I think that's a bit of a, there. I like that. That looks really pretty, actually. I've done a lot of reading of art magazines and stuff while I've been convalescing, so I'm learning new little styles, and I want to share them all with you guys. So, yeah. So I'm going to dry this off, and then I think I'll make some stems for my flowers. This is as far as I've gotten so far. That doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean. That's as far as I've gotten. So the yellow centers. Then I put little black dots. This is with a Dollar Tree felt pen permanent marker, one of these. Those little black dots. And then I made some stems out of a Tim Holtz marker. You know, these Distress crayon there. And then I took a fine, ultrafine Sharpie and made figure eights to make the leaves. I wanted them to be a little bit whimsical. And then I'm not sure what I did first, but I put blue in the background. I didn't want my background to be all white, so I decided it after I had drawn it, so it kind of blended all over the place. But that's okay. It kind of looks kind of coolio. So then I'm going to do the outline in black like a true, whoopsie, sorry I'm dropping stuff. So now I'm going to do the outline in black in true style of an etagami. And I'm just going to use ultrafine Sharpie and that thick black felt pen. Okay, I want to stop here because I'm not finished, but if you were doing an etagami, this is probably where you would stop. You would just do your little words, and mine is "Your healing is in your hands." I find that song so moving right now while I'm healing. It's by India.Arie. Oh, it's beautiful. And I don't even think that's the title of it, actually. I'll find it. Anyway, you would just have your felt pen, your 2 or 3 watercolors, so a little watercolor pad, and that's it. And then these 2 stamps are just kind of like symbolizing if you were going to mail this. And so this little girl, she just looks so happy and carefree, and that's my goal. And then there's a stamp of a ship on a voyage and a journey, so that's kind of her on her journey. So if you were mailing this, you'd be putting this in the post, and it would just be like a postcard. You flip it over and put a line down the middle and write your message and the address and send it on its way. So that's what an etagami is. That is what they're meant to be. And if you are traveling this summer and want to do some art and you don't know what to bring with you, well, just make a whole bunch of etagamis and even mail them to yourself. And then when you get home, you've got this, you could write, well, today we went to Niagara Falls and blah, blah, blah. And then when you get home, you could just assemble them all and you'd have the travel journal already ready. So, yeah, so that's all you would need. But because it's in my art journal book, I want to add a few more things like some stamps and rub-ons, and then I'll be finished. But I just wanted to show you how cool this can be. You could send these to friends, and, you know, I think they're really cool. And so easy. Super simple. So now I finish adding my Monica touches to it. Ignore the saw in the background. Our neighbor got a new toy, so you know what that's like. Anyway, I added some stamps. There's a butterfly Tim Holtz stamp going up there, and this was also from the Tim Holtz. It just says Paris, New York, or whatever on there. And then I took those little mini words. I just put creative because I'm starting to feel a little bit more creative. I put some small little white splatters on it, and then some rings right there. But the stamp was dirty, and so but it doesn't really matter, but you can see that, so I have to clean that stamp off a little bit. And there is my page, page 73, and page 72, Scary Brain Betty, and 73. So Richard is doing a sketch here. He can take this and tell you what he's doing.
This is my page. Actually, it's going to be a painting, but I've started with a sketch of Monica, and it's going to be a silhouette of her. And if you see her dress there, the pattern, that pattern is actually going to be the background in the painting. And then with Monica, her body is going to be sort of a silhouette of her, which you
go back on the picture so you can see how small.
Which you'll see there. See that? And then you'll see that of Monica right there. But then I'm taking the background of her dress, which is you'll see there, and I'm putting it into the background of her. So that's the idea. So that's my page, and you will see a full painting eventually. It's going to take some time because it's a lot of work, but it's fun.